But slowly but surely, she started to engage. She started to really kind of own and tackle the problems. And, and then something clicked. And she not only got unit conversion, she started to actually get a little bit ahead of the curve of where you would expect a 7th grade student to be. And at that point, I became what I called a tiger cousin. So I called up her school and I said, I really think Nadia Rahman should retake that placement exam from last year. They said, who are you? I pointed out that I'm her cousin. And somewhat surprised, they did allow her to retake the placement exam. And she went from being tracked in the remedial class to not just the average class, but into the advanced class. I could go on and on about Nadia. I mean, that same Nadia, just to fast forward a little bit, who, at age 12, thought she couldn't get unit conversion. By age 14, was taking calculus at the University of New Orleans. And that's something, I've seen more and more. The more that Khan Academy has grown. But as rewind back to fall of 2004, I was excited. It was this kind of very small thing that I did with my cousin. It seemed that it really helped her out. So I started working with her younger brothers. Then a few things happened over the next 2 years. First, I was an analyst at a small investment firm. And very small. It was me, my boss, and his dog, and the dog was the chief economist. And we actually had cards printed. And his wife, my boss's wife, became a professor at Stanford Law School. So we moved the firm out here. And so I was now based out here in Palo Alto and then moved to Mountain View. And the other thing that happened His word got around in the family that free tutoring was going on.
I was working every day after work
So I was working every day after work
with about 10 or 15 cousins, family, friends,
with about 10 or 15 cousins, families, friends
all over the country.
all over the country.
And to help scale that up a little bit,
And to have scaled that up a little bit,
I was working with,
you know, I was working with,
when I was working with Nadia, but then especially
and I started working with more and more
as
cousins.
I started working with more and more cousins, I saw that even the ones that were pretty good
I saw that even the ones that were pretty good students,
students, they all had gaps in their knowledge.
they all had gaps in their knowledge,
And I wanted them to be able to practice
and I wanted them to be able to practice more.
more, and for me as their tutor to see